until next week.
The first time I've had the lead, dude. You never had. What was the biggest lead you had? 2?
2.
2. I have 3. How do you think you're gonna make that up?
I'll make it up. You made up the 2.
Yeah, it took me like 5 weeks.
Exactly.
You don't have 5 weeks. You have 4.
4.
So you're 1 short.
But wait, what about playoffs? Do we do playoffs?
We can, but there's not that many games.
Playoffs?
Yeah, we can do playoffs.
Alright, we're doing playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't even talk about playoffs.
Anyway, playoffs and practice. Anyway.
Practice is a big thing. Helps out a lot.
Yeah. And also, another thing to go with that, we'll go to the NBA a little bit. Allen Iverson skipped Turkey Day practice. And
well, how much would you like to have to wake up at 6 a.m. and have to go to practice before you get to go eat with your family?
That's exactly what I said. I said, who cares? Who has Thanksgiving practice anyway?
But think about this: the Pistons had games Wednesday and Friday.
All right.
And Allen Iverson has been quoted as saying that they just need to have practice to get to start to gel together. They still need their practice time. At least it wasn't like an evening practice so that they got they couldn't eat their dinner because they have to go practice. So they just be throwing it up if they ate too much. Okay.
I don't know though. I would have skipped it.
Okay, so you would have been the 1 out of 15 persons that would have skipped practice.
No, 2, because AI would have went with me.
Whose spot are you taking on the Pistons roster then?
My own. I'm the 16th man. Fine, I'm a coach.
Okay.
I'm a coach and I skip practice. Or I'm the head coach and I don't even have practice.
That's it. Andy is officially putting his name in for Pistons head coach when Michael Curry gets fired.
Well, who has practice on Thanksgiving? How many of the teams that did not have games on Turkey Day had practice?
I don't know. Maybe you should look it up.
I should, but I doubt.
When you bring up these issues, you should at least research a little bit so you don't sound like you're just somebody with an opinion who's not informed at all.
But I am though. But whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't even know if that stat's available. But
probably not.
If anybody comes across it and you're listening, we want to hear it. azsports@live.com. So look that up for us, maybe. We'll take a little check at the weather. Right now it's 21 degrees. Winds are going out of the southeast at 11 miles per hour, and the high is 32. The low is 32. So pretty chilly day. It's only supposed to get up to 32. Once again, right now 21 degrees, and it's partly cloudy, partly sunny with little snowflakes on the clouds.
I think for anybody that's living Allendale or closer to the lakeshore, you should be expecting lake effect flurries the entire day.
All right.
If you look on the radar, it's just like this kind of nice little band that's just kind of falling right over top of us. So,
Zach, the meteorologist.
Hey, man, don't mess with meteorologists. They can make the weather do crazy things.
True that.
All right. I want to talk a little college football. Talk a little bit about the craziness of the BCS.
Sure.
There's an article here on Yahoo. If you go to yahoo.com, it should be right in the first box. Sorry, just hit my mic. And it's talking about how even if Florida beats Alabama in the SEC title game this weekend, which they're basically a number. I mean, they're beating a number 1, and so they should be able to get at least a number 2. You'd think, right? Because they're number 4.
I'm gonna say no, otherwise you wouldn't bring this up.
Oh, no. But you as a person would say, okay, number 4 beat number 1, so number 4 deserves to go to number 2 because they won the SEC and they beat the number 1 in the last game of the season.
Depends what 2 and 3 do. 3 has the week off because Texas
Yeah.
They're done.
But can you say that a team that doesn't even get a shot at its conference's title deserves to go to the national championship?
I don't know. It's crazy. I know.
Now, granted, I don't agree with the fact that I think Texas should be in that championship game, not Oklahoma, simply because Texas beat Oklahoma.
It could work out to Texas's advantage, though.
Exactly. Here's the thing: is if Florida beats Alabama and Oklahoma, whether or not Oklahoma wins, basically. Well, if Oklahoma wins, then here's what could happen: is Texas and Oklahoma could meet in the national championship. So it would be two teams from the same conference.
I don't think they'll do that, though.
But here's the thing: is that the computers don't like Florida because its non-conference schedule isn't strong. Texas has a stronger non-conference schedule than Florida or Alabama, but Oklahoma has a stronger one because they beat two ranked teams at the time.
But we got to go back a few years ago. Remember, Michigan and Ohio State were 1-2. Ohio State beat Michigan by.
But that was 1 and 2 playing each other. This is like the top. This is 3 of the top 4 are kind of intermixed.
Okay.
So, I think about this though. If Michigan had beaten Ohio State by a field goal, do you think Ohio State had a better chance of getting to play Michigan?
Yeah, they would have.
Exactly. Especially if you were Brent Mutzberger, because you thought that Michigan was just a miracle that Michigan was even scoring points against the mighty Ohio State Buckeyes.
Good old Brett Musburger. Anyway, but I think if Oklahoma loses to Missouri in the Big 12 championship, Texas will make the BCS championship no matter what. Then we have Florida and Oklahoma, or Florida and Alabama, and I don't know what's going to happen there.
Let's just hope that Alabama wins. Because I hate to say it, but Nick Saban team deserves to go to the national championship because they're undefeated. I also think Ball State deserves to be in a BCS bowl, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, Ball State, they look good against Central. I watched that game. That was a couple weeks ago. And Central almost actually pulled it out, but a great game between two good teams there.
Yeah. Well, they still got another game. They have a game this weekend. They're playing the MAC championship against Buffalo at Ford Field. I think it's Saturday.
I believe so too. Also, some other good teams. Undefeated. You got Utah. You got Boise. And if you're Oklahoma, you don't want to be playing Boise. So you want to win this week and get in the BCS championship.
No kidding.
That was probably one of the greatest college football games ever. That was a couple years ago. We had Boise State, Oklahoma, and the Fiesta Bowl, and
Boise State pulls out the crazy 2-point conversion Statue of Liberty play.
Yeah,
my high school football team, we had to throw that into our playbook the next year simply because it was that amazing of a play.
Wow, that was probably the best football game that I've ever seen. Ever.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good.
It was. I watched the whole game, rooting for Boise State the whole time. They didn't let me down.
Okay. I think my best football game was 97 year when Michigan went undefeated. I think they were playing Northwestern. I can't really remember. I do remember though that
you were like 8.
Yeah. So I was really young, but I remember that the game finished at a 5-3 score. It was just like this really odd score because no offense had scored because they had snow. There's basically a northeaster had come down into Ann Arbor during the game, so you couldn't see across the field.